right, I know after your last win, you said you wanted to stay active,
Yeah.
get busy right away, and you did that with a boxing match, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I just wanted to get at least something going and keeping the momentum, and I was lucky enough to get called up for a boxing match, and yeah, got involved in that over in Perth.
Was that something that I mean, it just so happened that they called you for that, or was it because you checked with Bellator and they said, well, we might not have anything for you for a little bit?
No, it was actually just so happened, and then once they called me, then I contacted Bellator and made sure that everything was okay, and then went ahead with it. It was sort of like a last-minute fight as well, in a way. I think it was like maybe 2 weeks notice, and then yeah, we just flew over to Perth and had a go, and it was good.
You're here with a promotion that always seems to be cool with fighters doing that and being able to cross over, and is that something that's important to you at this point in your career, being able to have that flexibility if you want to continue taking boxing?
I think for the first, the last 2 years especially, it has been important for me just to stay active and just to keep motivated and stuff, and just to not really be tied down, which can cause some sort of me to be a little bit stagnant, and I didn't want that to happen. And I think that's the really good positive about Bellator, is that they are open to the idea of letting you go out and do those things. And I wouldn't say it's super important for everyone, and I think maybe one more venture into boxing, and then I'll just put it down and really concentrate all my energy on MMA, because it's starting to be obviously a bigger part of my life now, and I'm getting to the position that I wanted to, for it to need that focus. So I think maybe one more, and then I'll let it rest, and it's not really as important to me anymore.
One more just for fun, just to say you did it a little bit more. And then,
yeah, definitely.
As you said, this is a pretty key time in Bellator right now in your division.
Yes.
You've got some of the new signings that are coming over, and you've won 2 in a row.
Yeah.
3 in a row is, sort of in these women's weight classes is sort of the point where people start saying, hey man, she's right there in the mix. I mean, do you feel like that's going to be the case for you with the win?
Yeah, definitely. And I guess that kind of plays off what I said. That's why I would like to put all my focus into MMA, because it is on that cusp, and I can see the title very clearly now. And I would say after this win, it would really put me in a good contention spot. And then maybe one more fight, and we can start really looking at having those contender fights or having those title shots. And I think that would be super positive for me in the division.
Do you look at some of the names that have come over, and those kind of daydream names? You say, boy, I don't know, I'm fighting like a Kat Zingano or obviously Cyborg, I mean, or do you just say, I've got this girl in front of me on Friday night, and on Saturday morning, then I'll think about who I want?
Yeah, I mean, all my focus has been on this one fight and Amanda, and making sure that I've really stayed direct onto this camp. But at the same time, of course, with all the signings going on and the news and everything, Kat Zingano and Chris Cyborg are 2 people that I've looked up to my whole career, and it would be a dream to fight either of them or both of them in the up and coming years, and I'm sure that will happen. So that just makes me just that little bit more excited, a little bit more motivated, especially coming into this camp, to really move forward in this division.
Talk to me a little bit about Amanda and what she brings to the table. I know she's kind of had a little bit of an up and down career, and her record reflects that, but she's got some quality wins on her resume, and I guess I just wonder what you've seen from her if you've looked at her past fights.
Yeah, definitely. She is a super reputable opponent for me to have, and I'm so happy that I'm finally up against her. She's someone that I've had my eye on for a while. Her resume, obviously, as you said, is up and down, but at the same time, it's nothing but great quality opponents and high-level people. So she is a challenge for me, and that's a great kind of stepping stone in my career to really prove myself in the division, and show that a veteran like her and someone who's had as much experience is someone that I can come up against and can prevail against and move forward.
Do you find yourself in a position where you're telling yourself, hey, I need to make some kind of a statement win on Friday night, really impress people?
Yes, definitely. Always kind of treat every fight as my best performance yet, and I try to make sure that kind of happens. And I think especially after my last fight, I was a little bit disappointed. As much as I got the win, I wasn't as impressed by the way I performed. So I'm looking forward to really improving on that performance mainly, and showing a lot more skill set in this fight.
And obviously we did mention briefly, a win over somebody like her is the type of win that you say, all right, now I need that next level up of opponent.
Yes, exactly. And obviously it puts me in a 3-fight win streak, a great position, and it does really move me kind of directly forward towards the title. And I think Amanda's a great person to do that with.
If you had a way to get it done on Friday night, what do you think it would be?
I would say second round knockout.
Second round?
Yes.
You just
Gotta show you guys some stuff. Yeah, gotta show you guys some stuff in the first 5 and show you that my gas tank's there and I'm nice and clear and collected and there's kind of an answer for everything everywhere. So I really want to show a little bit more of what's going on. I'm not looking for some like crazy first 10-second finish. I'm really looking to be as all-rounded as possible and then come away with the victory either way.